Hey, good afternoon. It is a sunny, well, partly cloudy fall day here in northern Colorado. Look at that sky. Isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous sky today. Hey, Christine Kazmar. How are ya? Hello, Thriving 35. Hello, Vicky. Hello, everybody. Or Vic, sorry, not Vicky. Victoria. Maybe like Victoria. Oh, I get it. Victoria. I got it. Hey, Melanie. Hey, I know, Dimples Deluxe. Evan. What's up, everybody? Hi, Lori. It's good to see you guys. Victoria, I got it. Yay. Thanks for sharing out. Hey, Ross. It's good to see you guys. Look at that beautiful Colorado sky. We have just a few trees left. Hey, Pam, sorry. We have just a few trees left with some color in them, and then we have our big catalpa tree that is actually right here, that is actually got tons of leaves left on it. See that? Sorry about that. Hey, Roz. And so I decided, it's kind of crisp outside today, but I decided to come to the backyard. So I'm gonna flip this. Hello, everybody. It's good to see you. Oh, you can see my hot tub there in the background. We'll try to get that out of the background. Yeah, so I'm sitting out here a little bit in the sun. I can't sit right in the sun because I do not have the ability. God did not give me the ability not to squint when it's sunny. So, oh yeah, is it? Oh, darn. darn. Yeah, to be a duck and fly here, right? So today we're going to talk about your metabolism, because that's what we're talking about all week long, and we're talking about the foods that are inhibiting your metabolism. Hey Sean, it's good to see you. Inhibiting your metabolism from being the very best it can be and being all it can be in the world. So today we're going to talk about sugar. And we're going to talk about it in a very, yeah, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. We're going to talk about it in a very layman's way, and I'm going to try to describe to you what happens in your body when it actually receives sugar signals. So when it actually starts to get the sugar in, what happens and why it is slowing your metabolism down. And then we're going to talk about artificial sweeteners. Yes, just in time for Halloween. I kind of planned it that way, and the holidays. We're going to talk about it in a refined sense, and next week we'll talk about it in all of its metamorphosis. So we'll talk about sugar in detail next week. But today I just want to talk about it and how it relates to your metabolism and what it's doing to that. And then after that, we're going to talk about artificial sweeteners, and then we'll end that whole conversation. If you guys want to talk about something else other than this, then that's what we'll talk about. So we're going to try to stay on topic and get all of its glory. That's right. And get all of and get through this so that those that are watching on replay actually get the content first, and then we'll play after that. How's that? So let me introduce myself. My name is Leslie. I have a website, gotokitchens.com, and that website is designed for you to go over and find information and find recipes. This broadcast is designed to bring you information about your health, to bring you, hey Janet, it's good to see you live here, to bring you information about your health. Now I will tell you, even if you say, Leslie, hey Lolita, hello girl, 2 days in a row. I get Lolita 2 days in a row. Oh, look at that. I get everybody. Yay me. It's a good day here. It is a good day. I'm so glad that you're here live. Thank you. I see you on replays. Thank you for that. Ooh, I hit the table. Sorry about that. Shook the table. Just made it today. Good. Hey Jill, it's good to see you here. So, here's what's going on with Go To Kitchens. There is nothing for sale. So if you absolutely wanted to go over and buy something from me, I am not selling a thing. There are not even any affiliate links. Hey Jill, it's good to see you. There are not even any affiliate links over there. There is not anything to buy. You can't buy a t-shirt that says Go To Kitchens. There is nothing. There's not even an oven mitt over there for sale. You cannot buy anything over there. That website is designed for one thing, and that is designed, the only thing that I want you to buy is I want you to buy into your own health. And that's what that website is designed for. So just saying, if you guys want to go over and check it out, please do. Become a VIP. You get free stuff when you do that. And you get more access to me to ask me more questions if you want in a private VIP Facebook page. So please go over. You get a free book that I wrote. Anything that you ever get from Go To Kitchens is from me. I do not have a staff. It is all coming from me. So there you go. GoToKitchens.com. Commercial over. Let's start with the metabolism. Okay. So sugar. Everybody is, it's like the S word. The S word used to be a cuss word. Thank you so much for putting that up there, Evan. The S word used to be a cuss word. And now it is sugar. That's the S word. So let's just break it down and say, thank you. Yes, kitchens. That's right. Go to kitchens, not go to kitchen. It's for everybody. It's a kitchen for everybody. Salt is not a bad word at all. Sugar has become in mainstream wellness talk. So when you talk to a lot of wellness professionals, it's like, cut the sugar, cut the sugar, cut the sugar, cut the sugar. And it's even getting to the extremes of people cutting fruits out of their diets because they have too much sugar. And that is not something that I actually agree with. I think that dietary sugar that you're getting in fruits and vegetables and getting naturally is actually really good for your body. Things that are not good for your body and that are killing your metabolism are things like the white sugar and the artificial sweeteners that you may be putting into your body. So if you're drinking a soda every single day, Robin Nance is not on here, but I can tell you he is guilty of that. That is my husband. He drinks a little bitty Coca-Cola, like a little bitty one. They're in these little bitty like munchkin cans. They're like this big. They're tiny, tiny. Switch to kombucha. That's right. Can't get him to do that. I keep hitting the table. I apologize for that. Looks like we're having an earthquake. Oh, oh. It's just me hitting the table. Sorry about that. So I'll try not to do that again, so you don't think that we're having an earthquake in Colorado. I know, funny, right? I know. I don't shame him for it. You know what? It's his body, and he can do what he wants to with it. And that's how I feel. I know, King Kong. That's how I feel about it with everybody. It's your body. I'm gonna inform you with the information that I know to be true and to be good for your body, and then it's up to you to make the decisions. And that's where the buying into your health comes into play. So. Yeah, well, I know tons of people that drink diet sodas. We were just talking about some friends that drink diet sodas by the bucket loads. And so, yeah, and so we're going to talk a little bit about that and how it affects your metabolism. So, yesterday, if you want to go watch the replay, we broke metabolism down. What is metabolism? All right. So that's right. We'll take over the world, Roz. So what is metabolism? What does it actually mean? What does it actually mean when you say metabolism? What does that mean? We broke that down yesterday. If you want to see that replay, go catch it on catch.me. That's with a K, catch.me. Look up Go To Kitchens and you can see that replay. So, I've heard that they have come out with a kombucha that's supposed to compare to like a root beer. I have no idea. I haven't seen that yet. So, but yeah, I mean, that's a possibility. They're changing all the time. So, okay. So if metabolism equals energy in and energy out, that's what your metabolism is. So basically it's the sum of all the chemical reactions that are happening into your body. What happens when sugar gets in your body? This was the question that I asked myself. So, oh, good. Way to go, guys. So what happens when you actually are getting, when you're putting sugar into your body? So what happens when you're actually doing that? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my background correct and my head in the right place. So, and I keep hitting the table and it keeps getting out of frame. So I apologize for that. So, so what happens when you're putting that sugar energy? So, and we're talking about white table sugar. We're talking about refined sugar. So in any of its forms, whether it's organic, whether it's processed, whether it is a brown sugar, whatever it is, we're talking about that refined sugar that you get in your body. Okay, that you're taking in, that you're adding to foods, that you're adding to coffees, that you're eating in desserts, that you're getting in candies, that you're getting in processed foods. That's the sugar that we're talking about. We're not talking about fruit sugar. We're not talking about fructose. We're not talking about natural sugars that occur in things like honey and syrups that come out of trees and maple syrups and yacon syrups and stuff like that. We're only talking about We're only talking about the refined sugar, okay? Things that you are adding to your food. So, did I get that crystal clear? I mean, seriously, you should probably know what we're talking about by now. I mean, really, I just went like downtown crazy on that whole subject. So, hey, welcome in, everybody. Okay, so if metabolism equals energy in and energy out, so all the chemical processes that happen in your body, what happens when sugar hits your system? So let's just say that you have drank a 16-ounce Coke, right? So you have, throughout the afternoon, you have been taking in the 16-ounce soda. Now, a lot of you here are going to say, well, I don't do that, so it doesn't apply. Well, okay, let's talk about the piece of cake that you had at Grandma's birthday party. Let's talk about, we're not talking about flowers today, we're only talking about sugar and what it does to your metabolism. So what happens when you are taking that in? So what's the chemical reaction that happens when you're taking that in? So basically, you are getting a lot. Hey, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Like a ton of people just hopped in here. Hello. Welcome. My name's Leslie. GoToKitchens.com is the website. Nothing for sale. I only want you to buy into your own health. So there you go. Ooh, that was a fast one. So what happens when you are taking in sugar into your body? First of all, you get large amounts of calories in little tiny bites or little tiny drinks or anything like that, because sugar has concentrated calories in it. So you're getting a ton of caloric intake in little bitty bites. And that's why it's so easy to overdo it. Thank you, Evan. Easy to overdo it when you are taking in sugar. So let's take a piece of cake. You eat a whole piece of cake. That is a lot of sugar in a lot of little bites. If you're eating just a little bitty, I'm having one more bonbon that's this big, right? It's that big. And you think, well, that's not a lot of sugar, but you're getting a ton of sugar in little bitty bites. And that's how the sweetness we get into our taste buds, that's what happens. So what happens is that it hits our taste buds and your body goes, hey, your brain goes, hello, oh, look, body, we're getting sugar right now. So it starts sending off all of these chemical reactions. The first thing that it does is it sends out a pleasure hormone. The next thing it does, it sends out a digestive hormone. And then the next thing it does, once it gets into the bloodstream, is that your body goes, your pancreas says, or your brain says to your pancreas, hey, there's too much sugar in the blood. And you get a sugar spike, right? So you get this huge sugar spike. So your pancreas does what it's supposed to do, and it releases a whole bunch of insulin. And that insulin goes around in your blood. Oh, I'm sorry you didn't get a notification. Want more, right? The insulin sends out all the little sweepers and starts erasing, like think about an eraser, a pencil eraser, starts erasing out all of that sugar in the blood, okay? And it does its job, and it puts your pancreas into overload. It puts it into overdrive, and your pancreas is producing insulin like crazy to keep up with all of that sugar that just hit your blood system. So once it hits your blood, and that happens, and the pancreas goes to clean it up, then what happens is that your brain goes, hey, wait a second, hold the bus here. The pancreas cleaned up too much sugar, and now there's not enough sugar in the body. And so it says, hey, liver, all that stored sugar that you have, I need for you to release some of that back out into the bloodstream. Okay, so you've had like 5 chemical reactions from one piece of cake. Now, there are other things that get more than that, but these are overload reactions. These are knee-jerk reactions in the body because your body doesn't know what to do with all that sugar. It was not designed to take that much sugar in at one time. So that's all the chemical processes that happen during that time period. So what happens if that happens too often? What happens if you have that happen over and over and over again? Let's say you're a big gulp drinker. Let's say you go to the 7-Eleven sorry 7-Eleven, I'm not dogging you. You have your purposes, but I wish you'd get some kombucha. But but you go and you get your big gulp. I'll answer your questions. I promise I'll get to your questions. I see them flying by, but I really want to get through this, especially for the replay viewers that are just listening and not listening to questions, but they want to hear the whole story. So let's say you're a big gulp drinker. I know, right? Okay, so big gulp drinker, you're a big gulp drinker, and you're drinking 1, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. I know people that drink like 3 of those a day. I had the worst sugar addiction I've ever seen in my life was actually my ex-husband. He used to drink like like 3 big gulps, those big giant big gulps full of regular soda every single day. I'm surprised that he's still alive because he drank every single day he was doing this. And his pancreas must have been so tired. It must have just been like, really? Are you really doing this again? I mean, I always think about my organs doing that. So when I eat something, I think about them individually and I think about them personally. And I think about my pancreas going, seriously, you just did that? I mean, really, do you know how much work it takes to get all that insulin out, to combat all that sugar that you just put in my body? Hi, welcome in here, Marcelo. So, so that's how I think about it. This is how I put it in perspective so that I am easier on my body. So yeah, your brain is going wee, but your body's going, seriously, I have to do this again. So what happens is you're using your sugar mechanisms over and over and over and over and over again. Those processes are going over and over and over. And what happens to something when you overwork it? Your body's like a machine. If you don't take care of it, thank you, you're sweet. If you don't take care of it, then it's going to wear out, right? It's just going to wear out. If you don't have your oil changed in your car regularly, your engine's going to wear out. And so same type of thing. If you're not taking care of your machine, then it is going to wear out. So hello from Brazil. So your body actually yes, it is amazing what we put our bodies through and what they put up with, right, on a regular basis. So what happens is that you start to wear out that pancreas, and that pancreas goes, dang, what are we doing? You know, I'm really tired and I really don't want to send insulin anymore. So what happens then? You become a diabetic. That's what happens. You get hypoglycemia. That's what happens. Actually, that's when the liver is not replenishing the sugar. So your liver, that function of your liver actually goes, I don't want to do that anymore. And so that's when you get the hypoglycemia. And so, but your pancreas is being overworked, and that's where you start to get the symptoms of being a diabetic. So, quit spitting. I spit? I didn't spit. What are you talking about? Oh, did I do this? Sorry, I had to pay attention to my husband. So, yeah, no, there's a point to that. Absolutely. I actually agree. If we can't regulate ourselves, then sometimes you get somebody's going to regulate you. So, I mean, I exactly agree with that. You need to be responsible for your own body, because we're not teaching any responsibility to our bodies. When somebody tells us you can't do something, then the first thing you want to do is do it. And so you need some responsibility to your own body and your own willpower. So, okay, so that's what happens. So, but why does that affect our metabolism? So what the hey-ho? I mean, why in the world would I even, why would I even be concerned about that? Why do I even, so my pancreas does what it's supposed to do. So my liver does what it's supposed to do. Why does that affect my metabolism? Why does it slow it down? Well, first of all, when you take in sugar, it doesn't actually slow it down. It actually speeds it up. What the hey-ho? Yeah, right? I know, it's one of my sayings. It's like going downtown. That's the same thing for me. I go downtown crazy. I say that all the time, and hey-ho is the same thing. So, so what happens is that when you take in sugar, you do get a sugar spike, and so your metabolism is actually temporarily revved because it's getting tons of fuel like right away. When you eat sugar, it's like, ooh, here's all this fuel, yay, yay, yay. But then so you get that much energy. But then what happens is that you have all of these processes that just gobble up that energy. So all of those processes that I just explained, all those chemical reactions that have to happen, all those hormones releasing, all of your pancreas and your liver and your blood and your brain doing all of this work, just takes all of that sugar and goes shunk like Pac-Man. It's like Pac-Man eating one of those ghost things. Hunk, and it just eats all that energy. So then what happens is you get that, oh, I feel really tired. I feel so tired. After you eat a bunch of sugar, you feel really tired and kind of sluggish. That's what's happening. So your metabolism automatically slows down. You do this often enough, your body's going to start storing that sugar. It's going to turn it into fat, and you're going to get the spare tire. You're going to get the thunder thighs. You're going to get the double chins. All of those things that you don't want, that's what you're going to get. So that's how your body reacts, and that's why it slows down metabolism. Bada bing, got it out. I can't believe it. I'm so excited that part is over. Now that part is over, but now we have to talk about artificial. What does the sugar in wine? Double whammy. The sugar in wine has actually already been broke down in the fermented process, Roz. So your body does know a little bit more about what to do with it once it gets it. We're really talking about the table sugar, like the white sugar. Thank you, Jill. We're talking about the white sugar that you're doing, but the wine is already broken down in the fermenting process, a little bit of the sugar. You're still getting it, but you're probably not going to get those huge sugar spikes. But you know what I say, you should not be drinking wine on a daily basis anyway, because those sugars turn into alcohol. That's where you're getting the alcohol from, and those alcohols are actually destructive to your gut. We're going to talk about that. I think that's tomorrow, actually. So yes. That is actually conventional brown sugar is one less stage of processing. So sugar goes through like several stages of processing. So they get it and they process it and they keep processing it until they get it nice and white. But yes, brown sugar is just one less stage. So a coconut sugar is actually unrefined sugar, and it is better. I know, Roz, you still love me. I know you do. Even though you know what I feel about that, I know you still love me. So, but so coconut sugar is actually lower on the glycemic index, so your body knows what to do with it a little bit better, so you don't get those sugar spikes. If you ate too much of it, if you ate a whole bag of it, yeah, you'd probably get a sugar spike. And that's going to be true with just about any kinds of sugars. We're going to talk next week. I promise you, we are going to break down every, I know you do. We're going to break down all of the sugar next week. Next week, I'm going to take sugar to a whole new level for you guys. And you're going to be surprised by some of the things that I tell you, and you're going to be sad by some of the things that I tell you about sugar. So, but we're going to break it down further next week. Today, I just wanted to talk about how it relates to the metabolism. So, so artificial sweeteners. I have on my notes. Look at this. Artificial sweeteners. Yikes. Artificial sweeteners. Yikes. Okay. So you're going to think that I'm going to say artificial sweeteners cause cancer. And there have been some studies that have linked cancer to artificial sweeteners. But really, there is a much bigger problem with artificial sweeteners than, right, than you think, than you're even comprehending of what's happening in your body and how it relates to your metabolism. So a lot of people think that if they get artificial sweeteners in their body, that they're missing those psychological. It's more than that, actually, but that's part of it. Absolutely. You got part of that right there, Graham. We have real bodies. I love that, Janet. That's beautiful. Stevia. We'll talk about that in just a second. So what happens is that you take an artificial sweetener. So we talked about how when sweet hits the tongue, that it releases a pleasure hormone and a digestive hormone. The only way that those hormones are shut off, so in other words, that your body stops saying, hey, I don't need any more of that hormone. Thank you very much for doing your job, but I don't need that anymore, is the calories. So when you're putting artificial sweeteners into your body is going, oh, thanks for the sweet stuff. And it starts to prepare itself for sweet. So as soon as that sweet hits your taste buds, right? So your taste buds aren't there just for your pleasure. They're there for the rest of your body as well. So when that artificial sweetener hits, I'm like, it's your tongue. Thanks for sharing, everybody. You guys are sweethearts. It is preparing your body for what's about to happen. So your brain automatically is signaled, hey, bingo, bingo, we have sweet's coming, and it releases a pleasure chemical. It releases a pleasure hormone, and then it releases a digestive hormone. So it starts preparing the body for what's coming down the way. When you eat an artificial sweetener, it does that, but those things never shut off. Yeah, those things never shut off in your brain. So your brain is not ever signaled by the calorie intake that you've had enough. So your body knows how much calories that it needs from the sugars that it's getting. So good question. Why not? Why doesn't it shut it off? That's a great question. So your body knows how many calories, and I was just about to say it, how much calories that comes from a sugar and how much that it needs, and it gets rid of the rest. It does not need the rest in its process. So it eliminates them, or it doesn't eliminate, well, it does eliminate them in a way. So Yes, it creates a confusion in the brain, and so it doesn't know what to do. So when there are no calories being received from the artificial sweeteners, then your body doesn't know when to shut off. So what happens is that your body goes into a different kind of craving. Okay, well, so you've totally tricked me. You freaking people tricking me all the time about what's coming down the pie hole, and I didn't get it. I thought I was going to get it, but I didn't get it. And so it starts craving, no, because it's a different kind of calorie. Your body actually knows the different kinds of calories and where they're coming from and what to do with them once they get into your body. So no, it's not getting, even when you put them on foods, it's not getting enough of those. So it's not getting the calories that it needs. So typically what happens is it sends another signal out, hey, we need some calories down here so we can shut off this mechanism. And what happens is it starts craving carbs. It'll start craving carbs to replace that sugar that you did not get the calorie from. And that, my friends, is the biggest danger with artificial sweeteners. This is why, and because of all those processes that it's going through, all those chemical reactions that are happening in the body down the way, and this is very layman's, by the way, people, this is very layman's. Well, eating the fake sugar, I don't know. I don't know about bird biology. I only know about human biology. But yeah, but he wanted the sweet because it tasted sweet, but he's going to have to go look for some more because it didn't satisfy the calories he was looking for. I don't know about that. I have no idea how to answer that question. I apologize. I'm not a know-it-all. I know a lot of things, but I don't know that. You need a glass of water? No, I don't need a glass of water. I'm doing just fine. I actually had a lot of water already this morning. So that is what's happening when you're eating artificial sweeteners. And so that's why that's why people tend to gain weight. Yeah, Splenda, I had rather see you eat real sugar than Splenda. Splenda is not going to help you lose weight. Splenda is not going to satisfy. So yeah, thoughts about stevia. Stevia is still a processed, our bodies are not designed, let me see how to say this. The stevia plant, our bodies are not designed to get the sweet taste from the stevia like we have processed it to happen. So Splenda I can tell you a Splenda story if you want to hear that. Yeah, said to just use real sugar. I mean, if you need sweet, then just use real sugar. It's actually going to be better for your body overall than it's still going to slow your metabolism. I mean, I say just start moderating your sugar in general. Start finding a way to get off as much sugar as possible. I have to tell you, I just kicked a sweet tea habit just 4 months ago. 4 months ago. I'm from Texas. I drink sweet tea. I drink sweet tea every day, at least 16 ounces every single day since I was a teenager. Sweet tea, like with real sugar in it. And 4 months ago, I just kicked that habit. So liquid, anything on occasion is fine. I mean, don't go crazy. Don't think, oh my God, I can never have a diet soda again, and I can never have sugar again, and I can never have a Coca-Cola again. These things we're talking about moderation here. We're talking about moderating what's in your life. So don't keep it in the house. Have it when you go out. Have it when you go to someone's house. So yes, coconut these are flying by. I'm not getting all these. I apologize. Yes, you can put tea in your honey, absolutely. But in Texas, we have iced tea, so it's sweet iced tea, and honey's really difficult for that. So, yep, I'm not sure again with that. I'm English. Yeah, see, you can relate, right? You know what I'm talking about. Yes, so yes, you've got to feed your SCOBY. There is sugar in kombucha for sure, but by the time it hits your body, it has been... So fruit sweeteners, I missed that last one, I'm sorry. But it has the fermenting process, actually the SCOBY actually eats all the sugar, and so that's what makes the bacteria, and so that doesn't, yeah, it's pre-digested, thank you very much. I was trying to get to that. She said it before I did. You guys can type faster than I can talk, it's amazing. Okay, so there's why that these things are affecting your metabolism. Did I get to that artificial sweetener thing and talking about metabolism? So your body's forced to do all these functions for no reason? I love you too. Yeah, see, okay, see, you know what I'm talking about there with the sweet tea in Texas. So, I'd still drink sweet tea. I just don't keep it in the house. So if I go out to a restaurant, it's like the first thing I get. I'm like, I'd like a tea. Please, can I have tea? I want tea. Actually, I'm getting to the point where I don't even need sugar in it. I just want the tea. So I was just asking if you find fruit sweetener now that you've kicked sugar. I find all foods a little bit sweeter. So even vegetables, you know, like carrots and stuff. Yeah, so I even find those a little bit more sweeter. Yeah, food tastes better actually now that the sugar is gone. So okay, so here's my Splenda story. I'm a cancer survivor. If you guys don't know, if you want to know more about my cancer journey, you can watch a blab tonight. I'm doing a blab. Look up Summers Wellness. Evan, if you're still here, put up your name there. It's actually spelt with I's and not L's, Summers Wellness. So it actually says Summers Weenus. But Summers Wellness on blab.im, and I will tell my cancer story tonight. And I'm sharing that stage. Actually, somebody else is telling their cancer story, and I'm just going to be there to support her and to be part of the interview. So blab.im, Summers Wellness, look him up, and there is a blab scheduled tonight for that. In fact, I'll probably do another scope right before that and put up a link so you guys can see it. And show you the link so you can go there and hopefully see us today. It's 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 3:30 West Coast, and 6:30 East Coast tonight. So anyway, so here's my Splenda story. So I'm a cancer survivor, 2.10 years. Yay, one more month. When you guys started watching me, I was 2.9 years, and now I'm 2.10 years. 2.10 year cancer survivor, breast cancer, left breast, right here. And yes, these are my boobs. So if you guys didn't know that. So in the middle of the night in England, oh, I'm sorry. Maybe you can watch the replay. There'll be a replay. So because I was drinking so much sweet tea, I thought to myself, well, gosh, it would be so much better. I had already kicked my Diet Dr. Pepper habit. That's another Texas thing. Diet Dr. Pepper, deluxe, drink it by the bucket loads. I've done it my whole life. I would drink Diet Dr. Pepper and eat a candy bar, for heaven's sakes. That's a whole nother scope. But so to try a few years right before my breast cancer, actually, like a couple of years before that, I started trying to figure out ways to have my tea, but I was getting a little belly bulge in the middle, and I didn't like it. And so I thought, gosh, I need to get rid of that. Maybe I'm drinking, yeah, Big Red, right? Oh my God, I forgot about Big Red. Not very often. I don't drink milk very often. Every once in a while I'll have a glass of milk, but that's very rare, and it's always organic. So I wanted to try to find a way to cut the calories out of my diet and still get my sweet tea, because I wasn't ready to kick the habit yet. And so I would make this huge container. I can show you the picture. I'm not kidding. It's a huge container. And I would drink through that. I think it's probably like 1.5 gallons, no joke. And I would drink through that in a couple of days. That's how much sweet tea I was drinking. No joke, not kidding at all. And so instead of using sugar, I was using Splenda. And so I would fill that puppy up with Splenda. And what I noticed is that my bulge was not going away, and my diet had changed. I changed a whole bunch of my diet. I had, thank you. I had done a whole bunch of things to try to regulate my diet, but that belly bulge was still hanging out, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I was doing that up until I was diagnosed with cancer. And so I was diagnosed with cancer, lost a ton of weight, not because of the cancer, but because when I'm stressed, I don't eat. And so I went to see my naturopath, and he's like, okay, let's break down your diet. You know, what's going on? What's happening? And so I was telling him about my Splenda intake, and his eyes got like as big as saucers. And he was like, you're drinking how much Splenda? And so I was like, yeah, I buy that big bag at Sam's, and that lasts me like 2 weeks. Not kidding. I'm not kidding. And so he's like, and you were complaining about your spare tire, and you're not, you know, and you eat really well, and, you know, why do you have this? I was like, well, I don't have it now because I haven't been eating because of the cancer stressed me out so much. And he was like, okay, you can't do that anymore. And he's like, I'd rather you drink sugar. And I was so shocked by that statement. I was like, what do you mean? If I drink sugar, I'm gonna gain more weight. And he was like, no, you're gaining weight because your metabolism is being shocked and freaked out. It doesn't know what to do. You're confusing it with your Splenda. Not to mention, then he breaks out the whole cancer thing, right? He brings out the whole, it's possible that your breast cancer is a buildup of, you know, these artificial sweeteners in your system. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's actually been disproven since then. That's actually been thrown out. But at one time they did think that artificial sweeteners actually were building up in people's systems and forming tumors, because your body didn't know what to do with the chemicals in them. And so they were forming tumors. And for women, it was mostly in breast, and for men, it was mostly in their prostate. That's been disproven now. So that's my Splenda story. That's how much Splenda I used to drink. Do not drink Splenda, you guys. It is not helping you at all. What you think you're doing, you are not doing at all. Why you're drinking it, why you're using it, it is not helping you at all. Break the habit. Go back to sugar. If you have to have something sweet, then just go back to sugar, because it is actually, your body knows what to do with sugar. It doesn't know what to do with Splenda. It's an artificial chemical that is good for you. Yay, one Splenda out. Your body doesn't know what to do with it. So it looks at it when you intake it and it goes, well, what is this? And what are we supposed to do with it? And so it confuses your whole metabolic system. So please just break that habit and just get it out of your system and just go back to regular sugar. So yeah, poison, not directly. I mean, it's probably not gonna kill you, but it, yeah. I'm married. Thank you, though. He is English, if that helps. He's not from England, but his heritage is English. So anyway, you're very funny. You're sweet, though. Thank you. So that's my Splenda story, and I'm sticking to it. Do you guys have any questions? Do you guys have any questions? Can I help you with anything? You want to talk about anything else? You want to talk about this big blue cloud that's just coming over me? And I feel like it's about to like drop buckets of rain. So I said to somebody this morning, I said, it has been such a good, what part of Texas? Dallas, Fort Worth. My whole family still lives there. I'm the only one that escaped Texas. That's what I joke about. So talk about my VIP. So on our page, on our Go-To Kitchens page, we have a section called the VIP section. There is actually a really goofy video there if you want to go watch it. It's me, and I'm a total goofball. Okay, I think I knew that actually, that you were from San Antonio. Rosemary, I got your name. Your name just popped into my head. Rosemary. So yes. Lolita, I know you're in the DFW area, and girl, I'm going to be there in a couple of weeks. And maybe we should hook up. So Colleen, oh my goodness, look at you. We're all Texans. So, so the VIP section is basically just a way for me to connect with my viewers and connect with my users and to answer questions. You get a lot of proprietary time to me because you get an invitation to join a private Facebook page where I talk to people and I let you know what's coming up with Go-To Kitchens. And you guys, there's some amazing things. Yeah, I will for sure. There's some amazing things coming up for Go-To Kitchens that are in the works right now, and I can't talk about them, but at some point I will release that information to you guys as soon as we get a little further along, and I'm so excited to tell you about it. I mean, I have to bite my tongue every single time I scope. I have to bite my tongue to not tell you guys what's happening. So I promise I will, but the VIPs will know first. So if you want that information first, they also know when newsletters are coming out. They get in the newsletter, you get a free newsletter. It's every other week. It's short and sweet, to the point. There is not a bunch of rambling. There's nothing for sale. I'm not trying to get you to buy anything, but there's proprietary videos in there that only the VIP members get with some really great information in it. No, actually, yes, a lot. But but there's all this really great information that comes out in that newsletter. And then you get a free ebook that is how to fall in love with your kitchen and yourself. So if you're having trouble having a love affair with your kitchen, then you're probably having a hard time having a love affair with yourself. And so I want to help correct that. So it's a little short ebook that I wrote to help people find a way to find pleasure in your kitchen. Because if you associate pleasure with things, you will do them. If you associate pain with things, you will not do them. So that's why I believe that food should taste good. That's why I believe food should look good. That's why I believe that you should love your kitchen. And all of those things will make you fall in love with yourself. So as you see your waistline shrink, as you see your hair beautiful and your skin beautiful and your eyes beautiful, and when you get to stop wearing reading glasses at 45, and when your nails grow like wildflowers and your sex drive is revved up like amazingly well, then you are, thank you, then you are falling in love with yourself. So, and that all starts with taking care of yourself. So when you start taking care of yourself, when you start paying attention to what your body's telling you, what it wants and what it needs, then that's when you start that love affair. And then everything around you changes. Everything around you changes. Your relationships change with your family. Your relationships change with your friends. Your relationship changes with the world. You find that you're less grumpy. You'll find that you're less needy. You'll find that you're more confident. All of those things change, but it all starts with you, and it all starts with that core value of what's important. And I will tell you the most important thing in your life. Here's the meaning of life right here on Go To Kitchen's Periscope. The most important thing in your life is you. It's you. And when you look in that mirror and you feel selfish about that thought, and when you think, oh, I'm just being selfish, you know, when I do things for myself and when I take time to do things for myself, that is a falsified, that is an untrue statement. You are not being selfish. You are taking care of yourself, because you cannot take care of anything else. You cannot take care of anybody else unless you take care of yourself. The website is gotokitchens.com. It's right in the title of the scope. So if you go watch the replay or look at the replay, you can see the title of the website right in there. All right. Thank you. You're funny. I get it. Thank you, Lolita. Gotokitchens.com. So, yes. So there you go. That is my story for the day. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about alcohol. And what's the other thing I'm talking about? Yeah, you're welcome, Graham. Thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate that. Thank you. I love it when people say that I've gained a follower. Woohoo! Love it. Every single one of you that comes and follows me, I figure you're following me for a reason, because I'm not that good looking and I'm not that smart. So it means that you're seeking information for yourself. And I'm not that funny. So I know that you're seeking information and that you're looking to make changes in your life. And that's why you're following me. And that makes me very, 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 very happy. So that is my message, because I want you guys to start falling in love and have a love affair with yourself. Because when you do that, everything, do you see this? This is, if I was like 16, I would cut that off because I think it's driving me crazy. And then that's what my hair would look like. Thank you. You're sweet. You guys are very sweet today. Oh my gosh. Compliments are flying in like those bats are. Oh, no, you know what? I am here to help people. My cancer journey was a blessing, because that allowed me to open my mind. I've always been very closed. I have been very closed in my friendships. I've been very closed in my relationships. I've been very closed to people just around me. And so when I had cancer, it opened my eyes. My eyes opened and I began to see the world in a whole nother perspective. And it was my blessing. I'm so grateful for that stupid little tumor that I had. Actually, it's not a stupid little tumor. It's gone now, but I'm so grateful for that, because it was life affirming for me, and it allowed me to find what I was passionate about. I had no idea what my passion was. And so thank you so much. And so my passion came out of that little tumor. The passion grew for helping people change their lives. And so that's what Go To Kitchens is all about. So all right, I think I have blubbered on as much as I need to today. Do you guys have any questions about metabolism? Tomorrow is, oh, I know what it is. Tomorrow is alcohol and oils. So we're going to talk about how alcohol actually affects your metabolism, and you should, if you drink alcohol on a regular basis, you should come watch this scope. And we're going to talk about getting an oil change, which is what I like to say about changing the types of oils that you're cooking with and that you're ingesting in your body, and how those affect your metabolism. So really, we're just going to talk about directly how they affect your metabolism. So that is coming. That's what's coming up tomorrow. Do I have a diet plan? I do not have a diet plan. My diet plan is basically just a moderation. So it's having self-control and using moderation. So nothing is off the table for me, except for I try to stay away from non-organics. So Good. Thank you. Yeah. Come, I'm going to give you some tips. So you know what? I don't throw down information without giving you some tips to change. Today, I know I didn't do that so much with sugar, but that's because next week we're going to talk about that for sure. So yes. So tomorrow, every weekday at noon Mountain Time is my broadcast, and you can watch all my replays on catch.me. There's also some replays on my website as well, and some things that are edited. So it's a Periscope that's been edited down so that you don't have to watch like a full hour. So I try to do that and take out some of the silliness. So you only get the silliness if you watch live. Yeah, so every weekday at noon Mountain Time. And then sometimes I pop on and do scopes just because I'm doing something cool in the kitchen that I think you guys should know. On Fridays, I call it For Real Food Friday. It's actually, I'm in the kitchen cooking. So I'll be in the kitchen this Friday, and I'm going to teach you a recipe that is going to pump up your metabolism. So I promise if you eat it like once a week, that your metabolism is going to be like, thank you so much for this wonderful food. And it's going to know what to do with it. So, yeah. All right, so you guys go out there, eat real foods, be sure to be good to one another. You are part of a human race. Good, yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love that. You can always watch the replays too. You can come on and say, hey, watch this crazy person, Dana. I love you too. Thank you so much. So you guys, be sure to be good to others. Remember that you are part of the human race. You are part of a bigger picture than yourself. Although I want you to thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Yeah. I want you guys to take care of yourself. Thank you. Thank you so much for following Boss Lady. That's very sweet of you to say. That means a lot to me. It really does. It means a whole lot to me. Thank you. But I want you guys to be good to yourself, and then that in turn will mean that you are good to others. And so just remember that you're part of a bigger picture here on this planet. You were not put here just for you. You were put here to affect change on others and to show your love and gratitude to others. And so make sure that you're taking care of yourself so that you feel like having that effect on other people. That's how we achieve world peace. That's how we start living together. That's how we all start getting along. That's how we start breaking down walls of racism and hatred and religious-isms and all of those things. So it starts with you. It starts with you. So take care of you so that you can begin to, and want to have the desire to take care of other people. So that's my message today. You guys have an amazing day. I'll see you here tomorrow, and we'll continue our talk about metabolism. Love ya, love ya, love ya, and I'll check you out soon. So bye. Thank you. Thanks everybody. It's good to see you. Thanks for all the hearts. Thanks replay viewers. Thank you so much for being here. Rosemary. Thank you, Particle, for being here. Livening things up there, aren't you? All right, I'm going to pop off. See you guys later.